Good morning. This is going to be the Pisces video. My neighbors across the street are actually being quiet enough I can make a video. There is a lesson in that, and I just haven't decided what it is yet because, they've lived here like most of the year, and they're very, very noisy. They smash up cars all day, sometimes 12 hours a day. They start early in the morning and sometimes late at night. They pull them in and out. Sometimes they block me in my driveway. I can't even get out. I can't figure out what the lesson in it is. I know it's something, there's something there, and I'm going to try to meditate on it this weekend. But the other lesson that I have had, and you got to excuse my looks, like I work all weekend, and so usually my hair just gets pulled back and that's it. It might not even get washed till Monday. So I'm a little insecure, but like my iCloud storage filled up. And, we spent all this time trying to delete stuff and, clean it up and stuff so that I could make videos. And then I finally realized, I've been wanting to do make videos from my laptop. But I've been real insecure because I've said before, I feel like I look fat, and I'm just like, and then, I've been shuffling the cards in front. Usually, I'll spread the cards out and I'll kind of meditate a little bit on it and maybe kind of practice in my head. So it's more like I'm like live, like on stage. But I think I'm going to keep making videos like this. And also, it's really nice too because I can leave the house and it can upload while I'm gone. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to be with it. I can leave and go do other stuff. It's not holding up my phone. So that's really nice. I would like to eventually maybe do a live video where you guys could ask for a card. I thought that would be really cool. But like I said, I'm real insecure. And then all the little clips they put on my videos, like the two that I did yesterday, I'm like, oh my god. So like I said, I'm a little insecure about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started, Pisces. Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cards. Those wanted to come out real bad. I'll put my dogs up. You can hear my AC when it comes on. We're having a heat wave right now in Indiana, and it's like in the 90s, like upper 90s, almost 100 with the heat index. So I was watching one of my videos, and that one wanted to be seen too, and I was like, oh my goodness. You can hear that AC is really loud because I'm literally sitting right by the vent, so I apologize. Ooh, I've never gotten that card in this deck before. Hold on, let me grab my... little sweet grass. Sometimes I use sage, sometimes I use sweet grass. The sweet grass is a lot harder though. I don't want to stay lit, but while I'm doing this, I petition different spirit guides. I talk to different spirit guides and sometimes my patron saint to ask for guidance. And today I'm going to use Dr. George. He's one of my spirit guides. We've had several past lives together. So, Dr. George, I ask that you help me to channel and to deliver the messages for Pisces today, because I am sensing some anxiety and you need some answers. So, Dr. George, you know how you always comfort me and give me clarity. I'm asking that you do this for my friends on YouTube that are Pisces. I'm going to pull the clarifiers as I go. So the first card that I have is Two of Swords. And I'm sorry, the resolution on my laptop is not the best. I kind of miss my iPhone for that. So this is the Two of Swords. And basically what I'm getting with this is about having a couple of choices. And this could be trying to make some sort of decision, because I feel like this is really causing you some stress and some anxiety, spending a lot of time maybe overthinking, a lot of time obsessing, spending a lot of time at night, insomnia. a lot of worry, and I feel like some of it is money, possibly not having enough money, and I get for some of you, it's choosing between a job that is more money or something that is more satisfying to your soul, something that's more your soul purpose. And so I do feel like this is like the decision that has been presented to you. I don't feel like it's so much about romance right now, although I do feel like romance is playing in the background. You know, possibly you're on pause right now. Maybe you're even taking my advice from my other videos and taking some time off to really work on yourself, work on some things. But I'm getting that, hold on, my coffee. I'm getting that a lot of these choices you're trying to make, these financial moves, are for love. Because you're either trying to get somebody's attention, attract them back in, or you are trying to, like I said, get yourself, I'm getting this whole get yourself together so that you can magnetize somebody in. And so the message that's coming through right now is that this is you're doing it for the wrong reason. And whenever you do something for the wrong reason, it's not going to turn out the way you want to, because it's not going to be as satisfying. Because, you know, what if you take all this time working on yourself, getting yourself together, getting like, you know, this really good job, you know, making all this money, instead of something that makes you happy, but you're doing it to impress somebody else or impress others. It could be other people. It's not going to satisfy you. And not only is it not going to satisfy you, but at the end of the day, you're still going to be doing something you don't like. So definitely pull it back and definitely check in with yourself. I'm going to pull a clarifier for this Two of Swords. We have Life Bringer, establishment, growth, and fulfillment. And so the message that's coming through is that you need to set your intention to be self-growth, self-discovery, self-mastery, and not focus on anyone else at this time, because you yourself need to be your own focus. Because it's like it's like waiting or hoping someone else will come in to make you happy. I received some clarity yesterday because, you know, I'm on a twin flame journey. If you have not watched my twin flame videos, do check them out. And I'm getting to the point in my twin flame journey where I'm living now. You know, I mean, I don't know how long or how many months. This has been going on for like 3 years. I feel like I put my life and my happiness on hold, waiting. You know, even, you know, not seeing anybody else. Just because I was like, okay, you know, I'm waiting for this to happen, waiting for this to happen. And even though time is an illusion, you know, in the physical realm, in the 3D realm, I really did lose some time, as far as that was time I could have been out having fun and doing things. And the magical energy to be in is when you legitimately are not worried about it anymore. You're not focused on somebody else. You're not worried about what they're doing or not doing. And you can't fake this because it's energy. You can say it all you want, but the universe reads energy. So do really check in with yourself, because that is the energy that I'm getting with this card. Establishment, growth, and fulfillment. But it's not going to look the way you think it should look. I mean, if you're doing this, you know, and I'm not taking away from materialism. I'm not taking away from that type of establishment. But I'm getting more, this is more of a foundation, and really truly knowing what it is that makes you happy. And how do you know this? You have to have that self-discovery, which means you have to be on pause for a while, because there is someone coming in. If they have not came in already, they are coming. And the message that I'm getting is that all of this that has happened is here to prepare you for that. And this is going to be a deep connection, like a spiritual, a soulful connection. This is going to be more than, you know, just a one-night stand or just going out with somebody, you know, more than those superficial relationships. And this could be that person returning. Maybe you've already met them and maybe they're returning. But the message coming in is that you can't be focused on that. Because as soon as you focus on it, then it's back out the window again, because you're coming from a place of, whenever you focus on what you don't have it. But if you focus on what you do have, it makes room for what you do have to come in, because you're not focused on lack, you're focused on abundance, which attracts more abundance. We have the Sun card. I'm sorry, this resolution on this camera. The Sun card is the most positive card in the deck. And I'm also sensing some masculine energy. I do feel like your masculine energy needs healed or needs worked on right now. And the way that you do that, the feminine energy is more intuition. That's where your intuition is. So you are a very intuitive person. Pisces are very, very intuitive. They're known for their intuition. It's because you're that water sign, that watery emotions, and you're not scared to feel your emotions. You're not scared to show your feelings. But where you lack at is in like motivation and actually getting things done, and that is the masculine side. And understand, all men and women, we all both have both sides of our masculine and feminine. And that's how we're able to, like, on past timelines, you could have been, where you're a man now, you could have been a woman before, or vice versa. Because the soul doesn't know gender. The soul just knows energy. And the soul doesn't, nobody is their body. You're not your body, nobody's their body. So stop seeing, your body as far as being who you are, because you're a soul first and foremost. So basically the masculine energy needs worked on, as far as setting goals, being able to get up and get out and get something. But what I'm getting, though, is the block is that you're just so undecisive about what it is that you want to do. And so you just throw a bunch of coals in a pot and you'll just try them for a while, and something doesn't work out. You feel frustrated. Maybe, go through a little depression, dark night of the soul, where, you're kind of, in the house, maybe in the bed, covers over your head, like, oh, shit just never works out. But the reason why is because that isn't for you. You have to find your niche. You have to find your soul's purpose, what will actually make your heart sing, your soul sing. And you do this by really connecting to who you are, by knowing who you aren't. And so all the experiences that you've had so far have taught you contrast. I like this, I don't like that. So just continue. You're on the right path. Stop, being so discouraged, because, there's an element of discouragement in this reading. I'll clarify the Sun card. Even though the Sun card really doesn't need clarified, but it's nice when I get a card that, like, means almost the same thing. Wow. All right, so we have lightning and power. So I do feel like, with the Sun card, with that stepping into your masculine power, as far as fearlessness, because I do feel like it's a lot of fears that are standing in the way right now. And these fears are insecurities, and there's so much power when you face your fears. Your fears will never completely go away, but once you stop feeding them, they'll stop growing, and they won't have that control over you anymore. You'll be able to recognize them when they come up. Oh, I know why I do that. That's my fear of rejection. You know what? You're not getting fed today, because I am stepping into my power, and I know that I am this fearless god or goddess who is a master manifester. And I co-create with the universe the most amazing realities in my physical world. Wow, we have the Sun and the World card. Do you guys know these are like two of the most positive cards ever? With this World card, basically the energy that I'm getting with this is this has to do with how you see the world. And I have literally said this in almost every one of my videos this week. If you're, I'm not going to say if, but since you are watching my videos, you have to be on, a spiritual awakening path, or like none of my videos would resonate with you. None of them. Like none. So that lets me know something. And so when, you're on a spiritual journey, it is not a straight line. Like imagine, you're walking on this path in this forest, this is your journey, but you're not walking, you're doing cartwheels. Because each one of those cartwheels is a cycle. It's a cyclic journey. And so do work with the energies as they come up and clear stuff. And right now, like I said, I feel very strongly the cycle that you're in is healing and working with your masculine energy, so that you can be more abundant. And you will be more abundant. You just have to see yourself as more abundant. And that's what I was saying with this card, is how you're seeing things. There's a certain element of victim mentality coming up. I'm feeling like things never work out. Something always goes wrong. Somebody's always going to hurt me. Somebody's always going to be disloyal. And, loyalty, I've just pretty much removed that word from my vocabulary, because there's a lot of expectations around that. And think about times that you weren't loyal. Think about times you weren't loyal to yourself. Not everybody can be loyal to you, because you know what? They are being loyal to themselves, which is what you should do. Because if everyone were loyal to themselves, no one else would have to be loyal to us. When you can get to the point where you don't need or want anything else or anyone else, no one else has to come in and do anything for you, it's so liberating, because they can't take that from you. Imagine, you have, your own house, your own money, your own car. You have food in the house. You have utilities on. You have peace. You're happy with yourself. You sit around all day long. No one tells you what to do. You come and go as you please. You don't need anybody for anything. You might get lonely from time to time, but then you think, oh, because this, kind of where I'm at. I might get lonely from time to time and be like, man, it'd be nice to have someone come over here and keep me company every now and then, as long as they can go home. So you don't need anything for anybody. So then, you attract everything. You attract everything, and you can decide what you want, because you know what? You don't need anybody. It's not like you need, I need this person to come stay with me so they can help me pay this, that, or whatever else. So imagine you had all that inside. All that's inside of you. And the outward always reflects the inside. So if you start on the inside, all these other things will be given unto you. Biblical words. And so definitely it's how you see the world. Let me find a clarifying card for the world. We have connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. So I am getting, that you're a very earthy person. And this is where you draw your power from. And this is where you connect spiritually. Think Native American. Think living off the land, being very connected to the earth. Just very earthy, and it could be something, you could live in town, and it could be something like, trying to put it into words, maybe, I know, like, for example, like with my scent business, a lot of people, I sell fragrance oils, like perfume oils and stuff for men and women. A lot of people like the oils and like the Gucci type, or, the Marc Jacobs type, or Burberry type, or Issey Miyake type. And some people like, and I'm one of the second group of people where I like the earthy scents, like the rose, the patchouli, the frankincense, the musky scents. So maybe you're more earthy. Maybe you like natural fabrics, natural cleaners in your home, because it's like anything else is repelling. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting with you, Pisces. And that is where you find your strength. So if you can really tap into that organic, I put a T in it, organic, natural side that you have, possibly even to help you with your meditating, because if you don't meditate, if you don't connect to your spirit guides, you're not going to get the messages that are there for you. And that's very important. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And with the Eight of Pentacles, what I'm getting here is really feeling like everything needs to go perfectly. It's kind of scared to have a mess. I know I didn't learn how to cook till I was a grown-up because my mom never let me or my sister never did learn how to cook. Both of her husbands cooked. But my mom would never let us in the kitchen because she didn't want her kitchen messed up. You know, it was really hard for us to play as kids because, you know, she didn't really want a mess. And so basically the message that, you know, I'm getting with this is that live life. That's that whole putting life on hold because, you know, possibly, you know, you're OCD or, you know, I'm getting that for somebody. You know, really scared. And this could be being scared to take chances too. Playing it safe, not wanting to rock the boat. So this message is coming through for some. And you're going to miss opportunities this way. You're going to miss opportunities for growth because remember, you want that growth and that fulfillment. And so don't be scared to let things get messy, and don't be scared to try new things. I know trying new things can be scary. I realize that. I'm not good at change either, but go with the flow. That message just came through too. The presence of love will cast out fear. So that's what I was picking up on earlier. A lot of fears. Fears of not being good enough. Fears of being a failure. Fears of what people think and how they feel about you. And you have to get to the point where you just do not care whatsoever about what people think about you. The best way to do this is to look at yourself through the eyes of others. Especially your haters, because you know your haters are your biggest fans or your admirers. So look at yourself through the eyes of your haters and be like, man, you know, I really am. I'm awesome. You know, I got the sauce. That's what I had to do. Then I had to release it. You know what? Since I now know how I feel about myself and it's really, really good, I don't even need other people to validate me because I'm doing that for myself. And so once you do that, and stop being scared of failure because there's no failure. There's only more growth and fulfillment because as souls, that is what we incarnated here to do, was to have more human experiences. And so welcome it. I know I've gotten to the point where I welcome more challenges because it means more growth. And that is how we love ourselves. We love ourselves when we put ourselves first, and we want to learn and grow because we want to become the best version of ourselves in the physical realm. And you know what? Sometimes that means getting messy, and sometimes things don't look perfect. That message came through too. We have the Hermit. So I do feel like, you know, you've spent a lot of time alone lately, and you know what? That's all right. Don't let anybody tell you there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes people will be like, you need to get out, you need to date, you need to do this. Everybody's so worried about time. When are you going to settle down? You're going to die alone. Why are you worried about me? Worry about you. You know, everybody always has something to say, but don't let anybody dictate what's best for you. Because this time is needed right now. And if you're not in the hermit mode, you know, it's coming. This is that connecting to self, that self-discovery, so that you can find out what you really, truly love and what you really want to do so that you can be successful at it. And the reason why you're going to be successful at it is because it's for you. Everything else has not been for you. That's the reason why you don't have it. Because whatever is for you, you will have, and whatever isn't will fall off on its own accord. So if something hasn't worked out, it's because it was not for you. And everything that is not for you will fall away. I am going to pull one of my energy oracle cards. I love my energy oracle cards. I haven't been using them lately. I need new cards. I get bored easily. But I'm having problems with my mail. The last 2 packages didn't make it here. I had to get refunded because my mailman is just awful. Like they lost it here. Like delivered it to the wrong house. Alright, I'm going to go with this card because I'm being guided to. And this card says door to value. And so basically the energy that I'm getting with this card is that you have to know your own value. Stop selling yourself short. So stop feeling like you need to qualify for somebody else. You know what? Maybe they need to qualify for you. And I know I talk all the time about love being without expectations and conditions. But at the same time, you have to have boundaries. And when you put yourself first, you're not going to let anybody just treat you any type of way. You know, you're going to let them go away in peace. So that's the point that, you know, I'm at right now on my journey. But, you know, take other people down off the pedestal, put yourself up there, and start thinking about yourself. I know we're taught not to do that. We're taught to put other people first and to, you know, be this martyr. But no, it starts with you, because when you do that and then the other person doesn't reciprocate the energy, then we feel let down and disappointed. So why not give it to yourself to begin with? We have the Ten of Swords. So I am seeing that anxiety and that stress and that worry that you've had, this cycle is coming to an end. So remember I was talking about the cartwheels? This is the end of one cycle. And that's that anxiety and that stress. Once you realize that whatever you focus on is what you manifest, and if you're focusing on what could go wrong, you're not being present, you're worried about the future, you know, even 5 minutes from now, you're worried about it because you're not being present. Like, practice being present, practice being. Then this, you can release this energy because you'll no longer be worried about it, because you'll know, you know what, the universe always has my back. I'm going to stop worrying about what I don't have or what could go wrong. I'm going to start telling myself better stories that I know I have value and what my worth is, and that I attract better situations in my life. Once you start doing that, you'll get into a new cycle, and I do feel like that new cycle is going to involve working on your masculine energy. All right, I need one more card, and I'm going to pull. These are my major arcana cards. We have the Lovers card. And this could have to do with this Two of Swords decision too, because the Lovers is usually about 2 choices. So I do feel like this is the new energy that you're going to be moving into with that new cycle as far as a choice. And the messages that I have been channeling lately is that when you have more options, you're more attractive. Whereas if you're sitting around pining about, obsessing about, crying about one person, instead of outliving, and understand you can't fake this, you really have to be in that energy because the universe reads energy, it's more attractive. But don't do this for anybody else. Do this for you. Because I do feel like I said, you're going to be magnetizing in, if you have not already, a soulmate, twin flame, you know, definitely a member of your soul family. Or, you know, your own soul in another body. That's what a twin flame is. So if you have not checked out my twin flame videos, do that. Or this could be this person returning. Maybe, you know, you've been seeing somebody else, and, you know, now this person's returning. So now you're like, you know, you've got 2 choices. But the message that's coming through from Dr. George, who I have channeled, is to go with the flow. And as long as you have boundaries and you're putting yourself first, and you are feeling and like really following your heart, which Pisces is very good about because you are very intuitive and your intuition is your, heart space. You will be all right. And you know what? Like I said, go with the flow. You don't even have to make any choices right now. Choose you. You can't go wrong when you choose you. All right, I'm going to pull one of these postcard oracle cards. If you would like to have a personal reading or to make an energy donation, which is always appreciated, so I can keep my internet up and order more cards. I also pay my son's school tuition with my payments for my readings. I'll include that in the description of the video. Dear, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. You guys just saw me pull this, right? It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so that you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better awaits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. Fulfillment, it says. Establishment, growth, and fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and purpose lies. Everything else will follow after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you, loving you so, so much. And yes, it's all about stepping into your power. We did get the power card. And that is about releasing attachment. It's, attachment is the cause of all suffering. So, even whoever it is that, you have a connection with, that's a soul connection. Don't get attached by the ego mind, as far as needing this person or being dependent on this person, because that's codependency. And it's going to cause you more problems in the long run because, it's just the same as getting off of a drug. And so start learning love by giving it to yourself first. This love here by casting out fears. All right, this is your video, Pisces.